All right, y'all, we are back with another video. We got breaking news coming from a Black conservatives perspective. Say MSNBC fires Joy Reid's show after disastrous rating decline from Trump's election victory. Because ever since President Trump won, them ratings over there, MSNBC has been going down, especially the racist herself, Joy Reid, the woman that been going after white people, going after everybody that voted for Donald Trump, calling the man Hitler. She be having like people come on as guests with a racist remarks towards Donald Trump, towards Byron Donalds, towards everybody that supports Donald Trump. And like I said, MSNBC got a new female boss, and she's coming in cleaning house. And Joy Reid was our first target. So we definitely about to dive straight into this by Black conservatives perspective. Like I said, please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. That way y'all can stay up to date with everything that's going on. And without further ado, let's get directly into this, man. Let's go.
They can drive out the brown people and the black and Asian people, or just sink them into the same apartheid they've created in Texas. And they will control enough electoral votes if they can.
They want white supremacy by ventriloquist effect. There is a black mouth moving, but a white idea through the running on the runway of the tongue of a figure who justifies and legitimates the white supremacist practices.
Your thoughts, Byron Donalds, who walked out after Dixie was played in New York and has no shame there. They say he's going to be the governor of Florida now.
Yeah, every community has what I call their chickens for Colonel Sanders. Muslims had their halal chickens. The black community has their chickens. Byron Donalds is a grown-ass black man who referred to Donald Trump as his daddy. And I want to tell the Byron Donalds, and every community's got a Donald. I got a Kash Patel. We got a Nimrata, but you know, we got the Haley. We all got them, all right? What I want to say is this. They'll never love you. They'll never love you. No matter what you do, they'll never love you. You can never wipe out that brown or black skin.
But, you know, I feel like the important sort of data point, and you know, Steve talks about it a lot, he's going to probably talk about it a little more tonight, is that these are white Christians. That this is a state that is overrepresented by white Christians that are going to participate in these caucuses, especially tonight. Earlier today, reached out to Robbie Jones, from the Public Religion Research Institute, knowing that we were going to talk about Iowa. And this is a hyper-evangelical white state. And he said the following to me. Iowa is about 61% white Christian. The country as a whole is approximately 41% white Christian. And in Iowa, we're talking about evangelical white Christians. And he said the following. Because I asked him, what do they get out of supporting Donald Trump? Because he keeps losing, he keeps delivering losses and losses and losses. And he said the following. They see themselves as the rightful inheritors of this country, and Trump has promised to give it back to them. All the things that we think about electability, about, you know, what are people gaming out, or none of that matters when you believe that God has given you this country, that it is yours, and that everyone who is not a white conservative Christian is a fraudulent American, is a less real American, then you don't care about electability. You care about what God has given. But Republican voters don't vote that way. They don't vote based on economics or based on the benefits they're getting economically from the president. They're increasingly, from the Tea Party on, they're voting on race. They're voting on this idea of an invasion of brown people over the border. The idea that they can't get whatever job they want, a black person got it, therefore drive all the blacks out of the colleges, get rid of DEI. That is what they're voting on. They're just voting specifically on racial animus. At this stage, it isn't about economics.
No.
Returning white Christian men, but also white men and white adjacent men, you know, black men, brown men, who are like white adjacent in terms of trying to also be in that dominant position in society. And then you have women who are willing to go along with that, right? There are a certain number of women who are also willing, the trad wife sort of thing. And so what you've seen on this.
No, absolutely. I'm sure the doctors are exhausted. And, you know, Jason, there is a term called necropolitics, which is essentially the politics of who gets to live and who gets to die. And these states, what they have in common is that they have structures which say that black and brown lives matter less. And so all that matters is that the black and brown people get their behinds into the factory and make me my steaks, make me my stuff, get there and do my nails, work.
That is just ridiculous. Look how this woman be talking. This is the crap that all of us been talking about for the longest. This is the crap. This is the message this woman continues to spew every single day. Now she see the reason why she's out of here. Her show is gone. That this new female boss that done came in is getting her the up out of here. Because like I said, anybody that listens to Joy Reid's show, it's like the same thing over and over, going after people that voted for Donald Trump, saying stuff about white people. You got this guy coming on talking about black people and chicken and that Donald Trump, that's Byron Donald's daddy. I mean, all this stuff, that is just ridiculous to say. And that's wrong on MSNBC part, because you sitting up there allowing this woman to say all of this racist rhetoric every single day. Not only that, letting folks come on that show saying whatever they want. And they knew they was wrong for that. This woman go on Instagram, Twitter, wherever she can go and spew rhetoric, calling Donald Trump Hitler. Like I said, comparing his rallies to Nazi rallies. I mean, it's just ridiculous at this point. Joy Reid should have been fired a long time ago. That's why all of them was panicking when they thought Elon Musk was going to buy MSNBC and just fire every last one of them. But now they got a new female boss that just came in, and we're going to get to that article in just a minute. And like I said, though, this is bad. This is bad for MSNBC for sitting here letting this woman spew all this hate. And now, hey, you got a new female boss that coming in saying, let's get Joy Reid up out of here because we can't make no money off this crap that she's saying, and everybody know that she's lying. And like I said, her show just got even worse after President Trump won. So like I said, let's go ahead and get into this next topic by Tucker Carlson, and then we're going to get into that article.
Like the Tootsies, you're not the target audience, but you should tune in sometime. It's remarkable. Given that opposing racism is America's national religion, it may surprise you to learn that open race hate forms much of the substance of that channel's programming. And when we say race hate, we're not referring to the subtle coded variety. You want border security? You giving your kids piano lessons? You like Shakespeare? You believe in the SAT? You must be a racist. That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about the kind of race hate you cannot mistake for anything else. The kind where people just come out and announce, I hate this race of people, and here's why I do. It's hard to believe that anything like that is happening right now on American television, but it is, out in the open. And the most amazing and the most creepy part of all is that no one is saying anything about it. It's all but ignored. And honestly, we had no idea it was going on either until we started getting texts from people. Are you watching this? Can you believe this? So we tuned in. Apparently on the left, what you're about to see is considered completely normal, even good. And that should worry you deeply. You don't want to live in Rwanda. But on MSNBC, they're already there. Now, you probably knew about Joy Reid, the race lady, who's been fixated on race hate for years now. But MSNBC has a new host, someone called Tiffany Cross, who hosts a show called The Cross Connection. Here's a selection.
Many of us have seen the dangers when powerful white people decide they want something, they annex it. And they've never had a problem replacing the people who stand in their way.
We see American white people are going crazy. They're resorting to violence.
This is literally what conservative white folks do when they don't get their way. They turn violent.
White people deputizing themselves in some position of authority to have jurisdiction over their life when they need to mind their blanking business.
I don't think it's our responsibility to be tasked with destroying and dismantling the racial oppression that's against us. That's just saying we're more at fault than the white people who constructed this system and the white people who continue to practice institutional racism.
A majority of white people do not support policies that would unpack and unroll and reform this system of justice. This is what they want. Matt Gaetz is giving the white folks what they want.
White replacement can strangle culture. So yes, we should all be concerned about white replacement. It is, after all, a very threat to our survival here.
Roland made a really legitimate point here. I will say, you know, a lot of black men sometimes feel like they're ignored or they're put down, particularly sometimes even by black women in the media. So this is not that. But I do hear Roland's point that felt ignored. But you feel ignored, and then you go over to the other side. The oppressed feel oppressed. So then you go and try to align with the oppressor. So I'm not putting black men down, but sometimes it's like, well, some of you Kevin Samuels following Tariq Nasheed quoting people, please look at the truth and see what's happening. and get in line with some of the black women is majority, like he said, vote Democrat. But that margin of people who can be plucked away from your people and go advance policies that harm your people, I just don't understand that. Okay, so normally you guys know I use this time to address something or someone relevant who has warranted some sort of ire from the community. However, this week I'm taking a slightly different approach and addressing someone completely irrelevant. I'm speaking, of course, about Megyn Kelly. The 50-year-old bully is trying to bulldoze her way back into relevance that only comes to women like her for being a provocateur, not for offering any type of intellectual input. Nevertheless, here we are. Why? Because the blackface connoisseur who had to apologize for ridiculously asking why it was racist for white people to wear blackface for Halloween is now going after someone who's less than half her age but has twice her intelligence. But when it comes to us, sister, stop punching above your weight. You keep asking for this smoke that you really don't want. You want to act like a high school mean girl, and you'll get treated that way. Sit down, be humble, while our left stroke keeps going viral.
Wow. Listen to the way, like, Tiffany Cross is just talking about Megyn Kelly. Listen to this. It's always the racist remarks that they want to use all the time to try to make a point. Look how they allow everybody on there to like, white people this, white people fault, white people fault. This is the same crap that Joy Reid was doing, and apparently this new female boss that just came in got wind of that and knew that the racist remarks that Joy Reid always had against white people and allowing a lot of more people to come on there and bash white people. I mean, just whole segments of white people this, white people that. They mad because white people voted for President Trump and they don't like it. So now Joy Reid is going after them. The same way Sonny Holston from The View, she said she felt like the white women that voted for Donald Trump is uneducated. That this is what they've been doing ever since the election been over with and President Trump won. They just been going after white people just nonstop. And that's the reason why she done got canceled. Now, without further ado, y'all, let's go ahead and dive into this article right here, because this is what I want y'all to see right here. As y'all can see right here at the top, it say MSNBC cancels. Joy Reid left his show as network make major shakeup. And not only that, when we go down, you will see say MSNBC liberal mainstay Joy Reid's show has been canceled as part of a major overhaul by the network's new president, Rebecca Cutler, according to a report. So Rebecca Cutler is the new female boss, and she's coming over there cleaning house. And it's the 7 p.m. program hosted by ardent Trump critic Reid, which is will be replaced by a new panel show featuring co-hosts Alicia Menendez, Michael Steele, and Simone Sanders Townsend. The New York Times reported, citing insiders. So, and then we're going to go on down here is even more. It's the final episode of Reid's show, The Readout, will air sometime this week, ending a mainstay of MSNBC's lineup for the past 5 years, according to the Times. MSNBC declined to comment. It marks the first large-scale shakeup by MSNBC's new president, Cutler, since she took over the liberal network earlier this month, and it looks to double down on its lefty agenda during the second Trump administration. And that's the reason why them ratings are down. Nobody watches Joy Reid. I mean, going over there watching Joy Reid, you just watching somebody who just being racist toward people the entire time. Like, you letting people just spew hate on white people that supported President Trump. You got this guy coming on here talking about black folks and chicken, and then you got another black guy on there that just listening to it, just laughing. All because they don't like Donald Trump. Think about it. All because they don't like Donald Trump. And this right here is another one right here. Right here say Reid, one of the most prominent Trump bashers in the mainstream media, has been a long-serving anchor at the network, hosting the weekend talk show AM Joy since 2016 before being named anchor of the 7 p.m. slot in 2020. She has made a series of infamous rants in recent months, including telling Trump supporters to make your own dinner at Thanksgiving, saying they should suffer the consequences of your votes. So this is what Joy Reid said. Trump supporters should make their own dinner. So if you a family member and it's a Trump supporter, you shouldn't fix their dinner. You shouldn't be around them. You had MSNBC allowing all their hosts to say this. So they're pretty much trying to split people up, trying to split up families for Thanksgiving. So if you got a Trump supporter in the house, ignore them. Don't let them come in. Don't feed them. If they do, let them fix their own food. Just trying to make people trying to cause tension with people. This is what Joy Reid always pushed on MSNBC. And like I said, it's their fault because they allowed this woman to do this. So we get here to say Cutler is making other major changes at MSNBC as she looks to change the fortunes of the network, where ratings have consistently trailed behind Fox News. It's going to continue to be like that, especially when you got a Joy Reid over there that's going on these racist rants every day. This woman don't miss a day talking about Donald Trump, white people, people around him, everybody that voted for him, just bashing them every single day. Then say Alex Wagner, who has hosted weeknights at 9 p.m., is also losing her anchor chair after Rachel Maddow returned to 5 days a week at the network to cover the first 100 days of the Trump administration. Maddow is set to return to anchoring just 1 day a week on Mondays later this year. In December, Nelson Media Research revealed that Reid had lost almost half her viewers since the election of Donald Trump, with MSNBC seeing a whopping 53% drop in primetime viewership following the November 5th result, before rebounding somewhere in the 4 weeks following the presidential inauguration. And apparently this is the woman right here, the new boss, Rebecca Cutler. Like I said, as you can see, it was named MSNBC president after Rashida Jones' exit. So we going down to like the final part right here. Let me scroll down just a little bit so y'all can see it. Hold on, let me go up. Let me see. It says the same month, MSNBC reportedly offered some of its most prominent stars, including Reid as well as Stephanie Rule, major pay cuts if they wanted to remain in their anchor chairs. One of Reid's replacements in the 7 p.m. slot, Sanders Townsend, was previously a spokesperson for Kamala Harris before being hired by MSNBC in 2022. Then it say Cutler, a former senior executive at CNN, has made it clear that MSNBC faces unique challenges as it looks to work with a Trump White House and prepares to be spun off into a new publicity-traded company along with other NBCU cable networks. MSNBC and some of its fellow cable networks are being spun out by Comcast, forcing MSNBC to build up some of its own reporting and news gathering infrastructure. As part of these changes, Cutler is expected to announce a new MSNBC bureau in Washington, D.C. in the coming months, where the company is hiring for a new Washington bureau chief, as well as new heads of talent, news gathering, and content strategy. Our jobs are hard on a normal day, and these are not normal times, Cutler told MSNBC employees. On the first day of her role was announced by Mark Lazarus, the NBCU executive who is leading the new spinoff. Then it said right here, it's going to be hard, but it's also going to be exciting and interesting and a really important time to do what all of us do. Among the other shakeups expected, weekend host and former White House press secretary Jen Psaki will anchor one of the primetime hours during the week. A source familiar with the changes told the Post. Cutler, in her previous role as MSNBC senior vice president of content strategy, spearheaded both Townsend and Psaki when they joined the network 3 years ago. So there y'all go right there. Joy Reid is pretty much out. Seems like they're gonna hold on to Jen Psaki. I mean, she's no good. All she do is do the same thing and cry all the time. But as y'all can see, MSNBC done got Joy Reid up out of here. They done got her show up out of here. So I don't know what she gonna be doing now. So she'll probably do what everybody else do there. She'll probably run the TikTok or create her own channel. She gonna do something where they might have her back on as a guest here and there, but she pretty much fired from the show because her show is gone. So you pretty much seen Joy Reid when she just on her show to read out, which was the dumb out to me because all she did was just spew hate, spew racism against President Trump. And like I said, this stuff just carried on every single day, man. It was just tiresome to listen to this woman every single day just cry about everything, going after black people who voted for Donald Trump, going after white people who voted on Donald Trump. Like it's just crazy. Going after everybody that voted for President Trump. And now, hey, like they said, it ain't fun when the rabbit got their gun. Woo! I tell you the truth. So, it ain't funny no more, is it, Joy Reid? Because this is how we all laughing. But like I said, y'all let me know in the comment section, what do y'all think about this? This is great news for me. This is great news. So it seemed like that the new boss, female boss, she want to take the show in a different direction. It seemed like she want to pretty much like side with Trump more, get like different people on there and just clean out the old. You know, so hey, we shall see. But like I said before, y'all let me know in the comment section what y'all think about this. Thank you all for watching, especially the ones that made it to the end. And I'll catch y'all in the next one.